need to raise $275,000 for the American Heart Association, you need to start with a special person. Meet one of the upcoming Heart Walk's co-chairs. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Ripley's Aquarium, South Carolina's most visited attraction. We're focused on the 2007 Waccamaw Area Heart Walk, which will be held here at Broadway at the Beach tomorrow morning. We're visiting with its co-chair, the Honorable Bill McKown. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Trey. How you doing?
Thank you so much for coming in.
Good to see you.
It's Ripley's Aquarium early on a Friday morning.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This place stunning.
Yes, it is.
I can see why it's South Carolina's most visited attraction.
Oh, yeah. And that's amazing just coming in this morning, the lines that were outside trying to get in here.
Absolutely. At 7 a.m. It's tremendous. And, of course, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock registration. I think the walk kicks off at 9. It'll be a big day.
That's right. Actually, as you all know, that tomorrow we're going to start our walk, and it's 3 loops around Broadway at the beach here.
Great.
We're going to do the registration starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to have everybody meet out at Broadway Commons, which is actually the little grassy area, which is right across from the Visitor Center.
Okay.
So we'll be out there getting people registered and signed up. Some good news is this. Last year we had approximately 475 individuals walk.
Is that right?
As of today, we have almost 1,000 signed up.
So, you're kidding.
No, big turnout.
That's tremendous. Yeah. That'll be a real big day. And, of course, a lot of folks, Dean Vinson, the logistics chair, was with us yesterday morning. She said, I think she's expecting a whole slew of folks arriving even earlier than 8. A lot of the dedicated volunteers will be out here. I'm sure you'll be out here. And to think about so much that has to happen over the next 24 hours just to get ready for the morning.
Right. They have approximately 104 teams right now that have signed up. The town of Surfside actually has a town, so we're participating. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. And that's the key. We need to get everybody out here, invite everybody out here, all our visitors that are in town.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've got a lot of people from the bike weekend that just
still
ended.
around.
Yeah,
sure.
it's still around, and we invite all of them to come down.
Right.
And, bring money. We need money.
Yeah, absolutely. Very aggressive goals, obviously $275,000, and day in and day out, folks have to make a difference. You never know. The day of, folks will come out. I see online it has, for some reason, total donations of $67,000. A lot of monies have been given online. A lot of folks are cutting checks or utilizing their credit cards online. So you never know. The day of may really turn out big.
Right. Well, let me show this real quick to your viewers.
Yeah.
You can go to www.startwackamawsc.org.
Okay.
And that's the American Heart Association's website. But you can actually go on and pledge and actually make challenges to your neighbors and other business people. A lot of excitement going on there. We've had a lot of responses there. In fact, I heard a story this morning, actually, earlier when I came here, that somebody had challenged one of his neighbors in the neighborhood, and they've already got $475 raised.
Is that right? Tremendous. Well, folks, the great thing is, even though the walk's tomorrow morning, folks can still go online, I believe, until the end of the year.
That's correct.
To continue to make donations and commit them specifically to the Waccamaw Area Heart Walk, the 2007.
Right. And let me tell you how important it is for us to raise this money in our area. As you all know, the numbers are horrendous. I think it's close to 1 million people a year die of heart-related diseases. And 1 out of every 4 women die because of heart diseases. And a lot of it is, there's different things that cause heart disease, but obesity is one of the big ones. And that's why we're so focused on this walk. You stay healthy, eat healthy, live longer. And again, when you're giving that money, the life you might save might be your own.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Mark Crua, Myrtle Beach's Public Information Officer, was with us to kick off the week.
Oh, great.
On Monday morning, he gave me this nice wristband start.
Got mine on
Walk
too.
more plus eat well equals live longer. I saw yours. So I wanted to highlight for viewers who may not have been with us this week. Of course, you and the co-chair will be out there tomorrow morning. Everyone will be wearing their Walk More plus Eat Well equals Live Longer bands. And you highlighted the life you save really could be your own.
Right. And another good thing that people have got to understand how important it is to raise this money to fund this. South Carolina last year, their portion, we have 4 great higher education institutions in the state here that focus on this. You got Clemson University. University of South Carolina has 2 actually sections that look into research and education on this. And apparently, our state, as you know, all the money goes to the main corporate office up in Richmond, Virginia. That's right. And South Carolina spent about $3.2 million is what their budget was. And we actually didn't raise enough money to support our own deal. So, South Carolina is always, we always take care of ourselves. So it's really important for everybody to come on out and please, get a team together. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring the kids down. It's going to be great.
Kids are welcome.
Oh, by God. Oh, yes, they have been. In fact, they have the areas that they've got set up, the hospices. They have a kids center.
No way.
A teen center. Right. Also, I wanted to mention, too, tomorrow when everybody gets done, we want to get all the teams together. We want to do team pictures. So everybody that comes out tomorrow, please stick around after the function so we can get a picture.
That's the team picture.
That's
Absolutely.
Correct. That's correct. And we got 104 teams, so a lot
I think Dean Vinson yesterday morning mentioned there's also going to be a pitching opportunity. The Pelicans are bringing out this little machine so you can practice fastball and slow ball and
it's
really
going to measure. Actually, it's going to measure how fast you can pitch. So I'm going to challenge you to a pitching.
I got to get out of here tomorrow morning. That's right.
That's right.
My daughter may beat me on that.
Yeah, we have a splash coming down from the Pelicans, and so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to have the wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune. They have a big wheel for prizes. That's right.
Has donated that, which is tremendous. Of course, so much happening and down in the town of Surfside Beach. I think last Saturday, a little more, almost a week ago, y'all had a big family fun day.
That's right. Family festival went great. The street vendors were out. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, Greg. It's unbelievable. We started out at one time with 3 or 4 blocks. Now it's actually all of Surfside Drive.
Is that right?
Oh, the visitors love it. I mean, we probably, all our residents come out for us, but the visitors really love this attraction.
How many residents are there in the city of the town of Surfside Beach?
5,000.
Is that right? It's that big. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
We have 5,000 residents, and we swell from about April 15th to about September. The town swells up to about 60,000 people a week.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I did not know that either. That's tremendous. Of course, you've got some great new locations there in the town of Surfside Beach. Jam and Leather.
All right.
This is the big thing that Jamie Keats has done. A lot of fundraising he did last week for the Red Cross.
Oh, yeah. You're right. The Red Cross is. Jamie's done a lot, and we really like having him in the community.
Having him there in Surfside, of course, Mark Lazarus there at Wild Water and Wheels next door. I think Mark's involved.
Yeah, Mark's our coach here for the corporate deal. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned his name. Mark, get out there and bring them corporate sponsors.
That's right.
We need you. We need you.
Get them to show up tomorrow.
That's right.
It's so crazy. We were thrilled to see that Georgetown Memorial Hospital Systems had stepped up to the plate as a big sponsor this year. We had hoped to have a good turnout from Laura's, Conway Medical, and Grand Strand, but thankfully, since you pointed out Waccamaw, it is Horry and Georgetown County. So Georgetown Memorial Hospital System stepped up with a $3,000 sponsorship, set the stage for the Herald to come in at the same amount.
Yeah, you were so gracious to match that, and we really appreciate you.
And Mark Lazarus, so many folks that work so hard, dedicated volunteers year in and year out. Speaking of volunteering, when you stepped out to run for town council there in Surfside Beach, that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago, and I love it. It's been a great experience for me, and I love Surfside, I love the residents, and we all like to do what we can do to help. I know you do. You're always involved in the communities.
Nothing like stepping out and running for office. That's a big deal, Bill. Were you a little nervous stepping out the first time?
I'm going to be honest with you. Not really, because the fact that a lot of the people I was fortunate at the time because Howard Bernard, who's our county councilman, is one of my neighbors, and Howard was going to run, and actually we campaigned together. He was running for the county council seat.
Is that
I was
right?
running for the town seat, and we were both fortunate, and we both got elected. So.
That is, Howard is an amazing councilman, and of course, so many things he does day in and day out on the county council side, but I don't think folks take into account all the significance, whether it's the town of Surfside Beach, the city of Myrtle Beach, the city of North Myrtle, the city of Conway, or the county itself, the effort that y'all have to go through on regular meetings. Y'all have meetings on Tuesdays. Is that every Tuesday?
Every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday, sure.
And Howard, to bring up a good point, Howard has been significant in helping us. We're getting a new library in Surfside.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Great.
And Howard
Where is that going to be?
With the existing library is now
right there on Surfside.
Right. Actually, expanded. It's going to be twice the size it is now.
Wow. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of the road work happening there. I thought it was just some drainage work happening.
Oh, we got some really exciting things going on in Surfside. As you know, in the paper, you saw we're in the process of trying to purchase the pier in Surfside.
Yes, I saw that last week or a couple weeks ago in there.
Right. That's right. You guys have been reporting it great. We're building a new fire station. We've got the new library going. We're doing underground wiring along the R3 district, all the rental district area, and then throughout town. Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
Wow, that's tremendous.
Put all the utilities underground. So.
At the family festival last weekend was smoking allowed, Bill. I understand smoking in the town of Surfside Beach has been a
You were going to have to bring this up.
I had to get it out here. That's right.
Get it out. As you all know, the residents at home know that in Surfside we came up with an ordinance that we're not allowed any smoking in public places, on the beach, on the walkovers, within any public buildings. I actually voted against that ordinance because I don't think that government should be that intrusive into our daily lives. Plus, those are private businesses. But, it went over real smooth. We haven't had any complaints yet. As far as I know, no one's been fined yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think there's that 30-day. Joe Ruizzi, our political cartoonist, had a cartoon last Thursday
week, I saw that.
in the paper that highlighted, of course, folks thinking maybe they were going into a smoke-free environment, and there they go. Everyone's puffing away with that 30-day. You've got 30-day grace period.
Yeah. It should be interesting. We need to really monitor how this affects our businesses because, again, it only affects a very small amount of businesses in town. And what's sad is a lot of these businesses like Neil and Pam's and Mark at the Stadium Club, they've been there for 20-plus years.
Right.
And a lot of their business is predicated on people, if they choose to smoke, they go there.
Sure.
Because, Surfside's not that big of a town. We're 2 miles long on 17th.
Is that right? 2 miles long?
Yeah, so you can basically go just a mile north and go to establishments that smoke, or a mile south. So you got Myrtle Beach to the north of us, and you got Garden City to the south of us. So
that's a very good point. I mean, the bowling alley.
Yeah,
it's got to be a big deal. There's a ton of smoking going on in there.
And it's just and again, like I said, I agree with the. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. I don't want to be in a grocery store where somebody's smoking a cigarette. I don't want to be in the library where somebody's smoking. So I think we do need restrictions on it. But designated places like restaurants and bars, I choose not to go to those places because I don't smoke.
Sure.
It should be interesting to see what happens. But again, we're a council form of government.
Right.
And the majority has made this decision.
So you were obviously not part of the majority on that one.
Well, but I support that. Whatever when the majority speaks, we speak as a whole then. And,
that's a great point. Yeah.
Well, and also there's one other thing too that your listeners need to know, that the South Carolina Supreme Court is looking into this right now, and they're going to have some type of ruling in the spring.
Okay.
As you know, in Sullivan's Island had passed an ordinance similar to this. It was upheld by a local court. It was upheld. And in Greenville, South Carolina, they had a similar ordinance that was overturned.
Is that right?
By the local court.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that's why the Supreme Court
is now
the state Supreme Court's having to rule on.
That's right. Yeah.
Any other states in the union or anywhere that have supported this on a statewide state Supreme Court? Are you aware of any other states that have?
Yeah, there's a lot of states. California, New York. It's a very progressive move. Again, my biggest issue was not so much about the health issues. I think we all know smoking is bad for your health.
Clearly, yeah. And bad secondhand smoke's a big deal.
I think it is too. Really, there's no
Sure.
question. That's not the argument here. I think the argument is, what is the role of government when it comes to private business that designated? We want to protect our rights, but then again, what about the rights of those people who do smoke? If there's an established place that allows smoking,
right?
And a lot of these businesses, their clientele is smokers.
Absolutely.
Like a bar,
like upstairs at Charleston Cafe.
Oh, Charleston Cafe. Wow, yeah,
big. Crazy.
That's a great
know
point.
That.
Yeah.
The Neil and Pam's you pointed out, or the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Surely part of the bowling alley you don't have to smoke in, but the other part, the folks need to smoke.
Oh yeah,
it's an addiction.
Yeah.
They need to smoke.
So we'll see what happens. And but everything else, Surfside has always been sort of a progressive community, and so we've gone ahead and moved with this legislation, and we'll see what happens.
Those are hot topics, Bill. A lot happening. Of course, you're not only involved in the town of Surfside Beach, but on the countywide level with I believe the Airport Commission. You've been the chairman for years.
Yeah, I'm the chairman of the Airport.
Also your service with Combo and NISA on a regional basis, and even efforts statewide to get out. Are you from the upstate?
Yeah, I am. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina.
Great, great. What caused you to make the town of Surfside Beach home?
Well, my family's always been coming down to Ocean Lakes.
Really?
I think everybody, if you
Ocean Lakes Family Campground, is that right? Is that in Surfside or in the county?
Well, it's actually just north. He's our neighbor to the north, and we love Mr. Jackson. I mean, he's great to the community. And my family's been coming down here for 40 years to Ocean Lakes, and we've always had a site in Ocean Lakes. And I always knew if I was ever fortunate in life where I could retire, I was going to move down to the coast. And Surfside, I chose Surfside, and came down in the late 90s and never looked back. I just
love it. Surfside, I mean, the Surfside and Ocean Lakes, Lakewood, all the family campgrounds. Of course, as you know, Lakewood has been instrumental for the American Heart Association as the host location for the last 3 or 4 years for the Horseback Ride-a-thon, which is scheduled to net almost $300,000 this year. A big event. To be held November 8th through the 11th time period, I believe. Up at Lakewood. Ocean Lakes hosted it 1 year, but a lot of horse poop all over the place. Mary Emily and Nelson stepped back and said, no more.
No more.
That's right. But Lakewood has been kind enough to open the doors for us.
Well, that's exciting. I didn't know that they raised that much money. That's awesome.
A lot of money, and a lot of folks from Surfside are regular attendees. Merle's Inlet, I saw Cooper Wellens and his wife out at Renee's recently down in Garden City, and they said they're going to have a whole clan up there at the Horseback Ride-a-thon. They've rented out a ton of trailer locations there. Really
good. It's going to be an exciting time. And just like this event tomorrow, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this. The biggest thing is we're going to have a lot of fun with the children and friendship. It's going to be great fellowship. I mean, again, like I mentioned earlier, the town of Surfside, we have our own group. We have the mayor and other council members.
Is that right?
And,
good. Who all's walking? You'll, of course,
I'm going to be out there. We
got
the director of public works and our new police chief, Andy Christian. Everybody knows Andy from being with Horry County for the last 20-some years.
Absolutely.
And we were really lucky to get him as to be our new chief. And we're really happy. He's actually the director of public safety. So Andy will be out there with his guys, and Brian Kirk with Public Works and Recreation will be out there. I know Joe Martin and his wife will be out there.
Great.
My children will be out there with my grandchildren walking.
Is that right?
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
I think I saw a picture not long ago of your granddaughter, who's such a beauty.
Yeah, Morgan. She's 2.5 now, and she just
She's the light of your life.
Oh, yes.
She had Grandpa wrapped. What's your nickname?
She calls me Papa. Papa Bill.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
We had a guest on the show recently whose grandchildren call him Big Dog.
Big Dog. So there you go.
My father is Papa as well, which is great. But Big Dog. And, of course, there'll be a lot of big dogs out here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. You said the registration's at what time?
8 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, great.
In front of the visitor center, like we said, and it starts. The actual walk's going to start at 9, and we're going to be prompt on time because, like I said, we're doing 3 walk. We have to get through Ripley's Aquarium here
on the first
run, because at 9:30 they're blocking it off from 9 to 9:30.
Wow. Okay.
So, and we're expecting to have you out there. We want to see.
Oh yeah, Emma Claire and I, my 5-year-old daughter and I, will be out here.
Oh, great.
And I believe there'll be a ton of other folks. You said more than 1,000 walkers are already signed up.
Wow. So this is exciting because that's double from what we had last year.
That is tremendous. Earlier in the week, Mark Cruel was promoting the phone number, the 282-2907, if folks wanted to call. Really, there's no need to call. The opportunity is to come on out tomorrow morning, just be here. And if you can't be here, you can call after the fact, or as you said, go online to startwaccamaSC.org.
Right.
Make donations online, which can happen at least until the end of the year, if not even later.
And the good news is it looks like the weather's going to be good for us tomorrow.
Should be great.
So,
but rain or shine.
Rain or shine, we're all out here.
Folks can be out here, all the folks. I think there's been some T-shirt competitions as well. Dean talked yesterday about folks having a big T-shirt competition. She said her group of cool girls, she's got a group of from her fitness class at the Y.
Oh, good. I'd like to see
out here.
The big
group that'll be out there. Of course, you said that kids are invited.
Kids are great. We want the kids to come. Remember, the life you save might be your own with this. I mean, this is something that affects all of us. 1 in every 4 women die because of heart disease, like you said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, it's the numbers just came out. It's 34 South Carolinians die every day.
Oh, come on.
No, yes, that's
34 a day?
34 a day.
I did not know that. I think the earlier figure you pointed out, I've heard many times, almost 1 million folks every year
die
that's correct. From heart disease or stroke. The number 1 and number 3 killer in America.
That's right. In America. And you know, it's you don't realize that we can affect those numbers too. The only thing we can't affect is one of the parts that you know is heredity, is a play of it. But we can't affect it, but everything else we can, from your eating habits, cholesterol, exercise. You know, just get out there. They did a Harvard study said that every hour of exercise puts on 2 hours of your life for long.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
every hour of exercise can add 2 hours to your life.
Yeah, to your life.
That's tremendous. That is tremendous. I saw online there's some top fundraisers right now. Your co-chair is Joel Davis, Daniel DiGeronimo, who's a high school student, Kristen Pierce, who's part of Dean Vincent's team, Ann Lehman, who was with us earlier in the week, who's amazing, and John Caprio from Syntax Homes.
Yeah.
So a lot of individuals have signed up, made the commitment to raise funds online, and of course, as you said, folks can bring their checkbook out
please,
tomorrow.
Please, we need to. In fact, you know, the way I got involved in this, Greg, is Marilyn Hatley, which everybody knows is a beautiful mayor from North Myrtle Beach.
She is.
Called me up and asked me if I would come down and help and get involved in this. I was involved with the American Red Cross, and we did real well there. So
that the big Heroes campaign.
Yeah, did
kick butt on that.
Oh yeah,
Bill.
we did great. And
you really did. You were the only chair on that thing. Right?
That's correct. On the fundraising.
We pulled in some big ones. I saw Jack Devine and who were some of the other folks that really helped make the Heroes campaign tick? Because you've been spending so much time on that.
Oh, you know, we had everybody in the community. Sheila Morgan and Tears did a big contribution. Scott Joy, Harry Pavlak.
Oh, come on.
Oh yes, Harry.
You got money out of Harry?
Harry, yes.
Oh,
How
Lord.
good is that? That's what I'm going to say.
Hopefully we'll see him out here tomorrow morning.
That's right. In fact, I need to give him a call and get him up and get his group down here. But I'm glad you mentioned that. But yeah, I got a call at the last minute from Maryland saying, listen, they were trying to get this goal of $275,000, so we need everybody involved. And
that is a ton of money, Bill.
Oh,
it is a ton of money.
You know, with people like you helping us and getting the word out and stuff, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get up there. That's a very optimistic number. It's a huge number.
I'm sweating just thinking about it, Bill, sitting in here, and of course Ripley's Aquarium. This place goes on and on and on. It's such a beautiful location here.
And how exciting is it? We're going to be able to walk through this thing tomorrow. Everybody, you know,
all the folks.
1,000 people.
We've been here all week long, every morning with folks with different messages. Of course, Mark Crua's father had a bypass surgery. Dean Vincent, who was with us yesterday's father,
touches
died
everybody.
From heart disease. Her mother has had severe strokes. Ann Lehman, you know, who was with us earlier in the week on Tuesday, was born with a heart defect, a birth defect. Charlie Myrick's family obviously has been impacted, and you talked about 1 in every 2 women is impacted by, or 1 in every 4 impacted by heart disease or loses their life to heart disease. So, you know, we're talking about real serious stuff. Of course, when we start thinking about the money and having to raise lots of money, fortunately, there are other great events during the year. There's the Horseback Ride-a-thon to support these dollars. There's the gala, the annual gala, which will be held in February. The Joyce Gardner and Glenda McIntyre are co-chairing this year.
Let me mention one thing, too, I forgot to mention real quick. Something that can help everybody. We have sponsorship signs that we give. We have a $500 sponsorship level. And you know, we're a 501(c) company, so you can write this all off. I mean, it's a good donation. But the key to this thing is, you know, have everyone come out and just have a great time. Bring your family, your friends out. Let's raise some money for the community because it does affect all of us. And everybody knows that all this money goes into research and education. And the key is education. That's this part about the walk. You know, the Heart Association, as you know, really got involved. They've been raising money for research and education for the last, 30 years. But in the late 90s, they came up with ideas about how can we do an impact on, to change these statistics. And one of them is why this walk, and as you mentioned, the horse ride, and the big gala.
The hardball.
The hardball. Wow.
Absolutely.
What a great event that is.
Children in schools have the Jump Rope for Heart.
Yeah.
Folks are working out, Bev, McMillan, all out over this community, the 13-county area, getting folks out to, and of course for you, Bill, has your family been impacted by heart disease and stroke?
I've been very blessed. No, it doesn't run in my family. My father's 85, and he's still strong as a horse, and I've been blessed there. So
that's great.
But it has. I know I have a lot of friends that have been impacted by it.
Absolutely, it's a good reason to get you out. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
I appreciate it. You're always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Stay tuned to more Carolina People. The Honorable Bill McKown coming up next. Share your story. Tomorrow's the chance. You've got it. It's coming up 8 a.m. The registration. The walk kicks off at 9. We're right over there at Broadway Common. Right at the Visitor Center, there's a ton of bouncy houses and activities going on for kids. You don't have to get a babysitter. You can get out here and share your story. The difference you're making day in and day out to fight heart disease and stroke. Whether it's bringing a checkbook, bringing a piggy bank, bringing whatever you can, bring dollars out here for this cause. You heard Bill talk about it. 1 in 4 women impacted. Lives are lost day in and day out. Almost 1 million folks a year by heart disease and stroke. You can make a difference. Whether you're walking in tribute to somebody or walking for the residents in the town where you serve on the town council or the city council or any other effort you're making to represent a lot of other folks, you can be out here tomorrow morning. Bring out your grandchildren. Bring out your parents. Bring out anyone. Just get out here. Fight heart disease and stroke tomorrow morning at the 2007 Waccamaw Area Heart Walk.